everyone, welcome to The Right Nurse. My name is Lakeisha here, and it's been a mighty long time. I know it's been a while since I posted a video. I have a lot to catch you guys up on, like a lot. So if you want to know what I've been up to and how's school going, please continue watching. Alright guys, so I'm just going to jump straight into it, just to give new subscribers kind of like an update if you haven't watched my old videos. I'm Lakeisha. I'm in nursing school. I'm in an associate's degree program. I am in my last semester of nursing school. I'm so happy to finally be almost finished. Like, I'm so happy. So that's a little background story. I've been documenting my journey since January 2019. So yeah, welcome to the party. To give you guys like a little update. So pretty much I am one test away and one day away from being finished nursing school. So today is Thursday, December 10th. My final is tomorrow, December 11th, and then I am officially done. Yay! Done nursing school. So last time I talked to you guys, it was during nursing school during COVID video. During that video, I kind of like took you guys along with me throughout the day and how I felt about being in school during COVID, or being back in clinicals during COVID, I should say. And since then, life's been great. So clinicals during COVID honestly wasn't that bad. I mean, I already work at the hospital as a patient care tech that takes care of COVID patients, so it kind of wasn't really a big deal to me. Now I will say our school made sure we had no patients that had not even a symptom of COVID, so that was nice. Clinicals went really well. I felt like I really didn't lose any of my skills since being back in clinicals. Since back in March we kind of was quarantining and didn't have clinicals all online, so I didn't feel like I lost any of my skills. It felt good to be back in clinical. That class was Med-Surg 4 and it was only for 7 weeks, so that ended in like mid-October. If I finished with a B, it was a good class. Happy that it was over. So now I'm in community. So community, guys, it's like I saved this class for last. I didn't want to take it in the beginning of the semester, but I'm over it. Like, it was busy work on top of busy work because we couldn't go away. Well, we couldn't go into actual clinical sites because of COVID. So technically my clinicals for community were online, and it's been nothing but a bunch of busy work. But honestly, I'm just excited to almost be finished. Like, this has been such a long journey. You guys watched some old videos. Your girl was struggling, but I finally got my groove and know how to study for nursing tests and everything, and it's really been smooth sailing since January. So I'm really happy to say that. Community, I'm probably going to end it with a B. I have a pretty solid B. If I do really well in the final, I can get an A, but I'll just be happy with the B at this point because I just want to be done. As far as me not making videos, I mean, it wasn't rough. It just was really busy. So with my program, our classes are 7 weeks long. So for each semester, we take one class at a time, and it's 2 7-week blocks. So like I said, the beginning of the semester when I was in clinical was Med-Surg 4, and now I'm in community. So normally it starts off like really slow, like the first 2 to 3 weeks before we have our first test. And when I tell you guys, after that, it picks up. Like, it's boom, 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 boom. I won't tell you guys, like, I just wasn't able to record a video because once it picks up, like, it picks up. And then on top of that, it was my last semester, so we had so much extra stuff to do. Like for Med-Surg 4, when I tell you we had test 1, then before I knew it, a week later we had test 2, we had a project, we had an ATI proctored exam, then we had our final, and we still had clinicals on top of that. So it was pretty busy. It was pretty busy, and it's kind of like the same with community. Even though everything's online, like our tests are like back to back. Like this week is Thursday today, but Monday I had test 3. Then I have a final on Friday. Why they did that to us, I don't know. It's kind of cruel, right? They give us like 2 tests in 1 week, but the good thing about that is, like, I really don't have to study test 3 material since I just took it on Monday, so I should remember it for Friday. So that takes a little weight off your shoulders for like trying to review old stuff. But like, yeah, it's just been super busy. So another update, I have some really good news. If you follow me on Instagram, you guys already know I secured my dream job. I guess I never really talked about like what department or field I wanted to go into with nursing. So everybody named Mama knows that L&D has always been close to my heart, and your girl has secured an L&D residency. I am so freaking happy. Like, when I tell y'all, I prayed for that and prayed and prayed and prayed. God opened up that door and I ran through it. So I have accepted an L&D nurse residency. I don't start until March 21st of next year, so I still got some months. I still have to work as a tech, and of course I still got to pass the NCLEX. So yeah, that's really exciting. So the biggest thing was, like, my goal was to secure a job before I graduated. So I applied for the residencies starting in September. Like, the hospital that I work at now, their residencies opened up in September. We did like the first interview like beginning of October, and then we did like the official interviews early November. So when I tell y'all, that was stressful, okay, stressful, because technically we weren't supposed to find out if we got the job. They said until like December 14th, but they did end up letting people start, you know earlier than December 14th. I found out the day after Thanksgiving, so that was like a really good Thanksgiving. I found out the day after that I actually got all 3 residencies that I applied to, which was L&D was my top choice. Then I applied to critical care and progressive care, which is like step down. Of course I chose L&D, like, hello, like that's what I wanted, L&D. And it's crazy because I remember, like, I wanted to hear like before the 14th, but I didn't want to put all my eggs in one basket with this hospital. So I applied, honestly, y'all, to like I put in like over 30 applications for like different residencies, and not just in my state. Like, I was open to moving to Texas, Georgia, Virginia, Maryland, and DC. So when I found out that I got the job at my current hospital that I worked at, I had like 4 interviews that following week that I ended up canceling because I ended up getting my dream job, and it's at the hospital of my choice, my top choice. So I really didn't need an interview anymore, so I didn't even bother. But when I tell y'all, like, your girl put in a lot of applications. Like, that was my goal, was to secure not just any job, but at least my top 2 choices, which was L&D and critical care. Like, but L&D was number 1, of course. And that was my goal, was to secure a job, and by the grace of God, I have secured my dream job. So I'm super excited to start that. I am going to do a video on the things I did to secure my job, my residency of my choice. Because, like, if you guys remember, I didn't have like my L&D or peds clinical rotation in an actual like hospital, because that was back in March and COVID hit. So when I tell y'all, I research and I am very strategic. Okay, I've been planning this for a really long time, and I did a lot of research on like different things besides prayer. Of course I prayed for it, but I did a lot of things to like boost my resume, and like I try to go for other opportunities that I would get more detailed in another video, which I'm sure a lot of you guys, we all have been affected by COVID, so I'm sure a lot of you guys could like benefit from some of the things that I did. It's some really helpful tips that I'm going to give you guys in the next video. Now let's talk about NCLEX. I just recently took the ATI comp predictor, and I didn't do bad. However, I got a lot to study. Yeah, like ATI, I swear, they just be coming out of the woodworks, and I'd be like, did I even learn that? So I have a lot of studying to do for the NCLEX. I did mention before that, I don't know if I mentioned in the last video, but I did purchase UWorld. So I am going to use UWorld as my study materials. Everybody I know, like everybody I know, y'all pretty much use UWorld to practice and study for the NCLEX, and they all passed on their first try. So your girl got UWorld. I'm just going to stick with that. I did buy the one that I think is for like 3 months, and you get like 2 practice exams and of course all the questions. So that's the one I did choose. I started studying with UWorld back in like November, like the beginning, but then school got really busy. I wasn't able to really keep going. But now that school is about to be over, I am going to use UWorld to practice for the to do practice questions and to study for the NCLEX. So yeah, I know I said a mouthful in this video, and I know I haven't been consistent, you guys, but thank you for just bearing with me. I mean, if you guys are in nursing school, y'all know how it is. It gets a little hectic, especially your last semester. Like, no one told me that the last semester was a lot, but it really is, because not only are you trying to get done and focus and finish strong, but you're also trying to apply for jobs, and you know, you have comp predictors and other ATI assessments and everything else that's going on around you, and just interviewing itself is really nerve-wracking. So yeah, I know I've been MIA, but I am back. I promise I am back, because guess what, I'm almost done nursing school. I got the time now, y'all. I got the time to come on here and do some really good videos for you guys. Of course, I always have video ideas, and I'm actually able to get around to it now. The only thing I gotta do is study for the NCLEX, and yeah, just study for the NCLEX. So that feels really good to say, knowing that I'm done school. I know I get a few questions like, are you going to continue? Obviously I have to. An associate's degree is good to like start off with, but I know with my hospital that I'm at now, you have to sign a contract that you'll get your BS in within 3 years. So yeah, your girl's not done yet. However, I am going to take a little break. I am not going to jump straight into my BSN like right away. I'll probably either start next summer or next fall. I'm leaning more towards next fall, just because your girl need a break, like a break. Part of me don't even want to start next fall, maybe like January 2022, but knowing me, I'll probably just end up starting next fall. The program that I'm going to do is all online, which I'm used to being online now, so I really do like that. Everyone that I talk to that's in this program say it's a bunch of papers, and I'm like, that's up my alley. Papers it is. So, but thank you guys for just honestly hanging in there with me, going along with me on this journey. It has been a journey. You guys remember them stressed out videos of me like practically failing, to now I'm just like smooth sailing. Your girl is finishing strong, so I'm really happy, and I'm really grateful that you guys have been here with me, and we are going to continue this ride together. But thank you guys for watching this video. I'll see you in my next one.